Hey, it's Peter here, and this is a quick video on how to use the awesome 3D computer-aided design tool called SketchUp. I love this program. You can use it to design all kinds of 3D models and objects. You can use it for 3D printing. It's just awesome. When you first launch it, this is SketchUp Make 2015, by the way, currently the newest version. It's going to give you this screen here. Go down to Template. Now this is where you choose basically your units. Like, are you designing buildings? You do an architecture or landscaping, or are you designing something small? My favorite by far template to use is 3D printing millimeters. This is a great template to use. Now it gives you this this frustum or volume here is a is what the MakerBot replicator particular model of it, the build platform, is sized like this. So it gives you a sense of scale. You don't need this because, if you're like me, you have a different 3D printer anyway, but it gives you a sense of scale. So this tool here that I'm using is called the Orbit tool. It allows you to orbit around objects. This is the tool I use the most. And then here on my MacBook Air, to zoom in and out, I swipe with 2 fingers up and down, and that zooms in and out. So let's design something here. Well, since Valentine's Day is coming up, let's design something you could give to your loved one. When I use this tool here, this is the circle tool. It draws a circle down here on the ground, and I can type down here in the lower right a radius for the circle. I don't know if that applied that, so let me... Here we go. I'm going to type a radius 10. Okay, there we go. That's a radius 10 circle. Now, let's say, and that's centered about the origin. This point right here where all these axes come together is called the origin. So let's make another one. Let's make it, say, 20 away, and we'll make it also a radius of 10. And notice how it snaps. I love that about this program. Everything snaps. And then let's draw a line. This tool is called the tape measure. So I can start from here just by putting the cursor here, and I can draw in this direction on the green axis. I can draw in this direction, and then I'm going to type a distance after I click, say 25, and this is all in millimeters. So now I have a point sticking out here. I have 2 circles and I have a point sticking out here. So from this point, I'm going to draw a line, and if I draw it up here, it's going to cut off this part here. So I'm going to try to find a spot that I can draw it to. How about there, where it's not cutting anything off? And now I don't want to draw anything else over here, so I'm going to hit Escape. I'm going to go back over here from this point again and do the same thing on this side. Don't want it here, here. How about there? Okay. Now notice when I clicked it, it made this whole part solid here. But I still have these lines inside here. I want to get rid of these. So I'm going to click this line, and then I'll hit Delete. Same here. Okay. So now we have a nice shape right here. So to extrude this, I'm going to use the Extruder Tool, which is this one up here. I'm just going to click. It's called the push-pull tool. I'm going to click, and then I'm going to move it up. And notice in the lower right you have a distance measurement. I'm going to click sort of wherever, and then I'm going to type my distance. Let's say 10, 5. What do you think would be good? 5 millimeters? 5 millimeters seems good. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. So now one last touch here. Let's say you want to put somebody's name on this. You can go up to Tools, go down to 3D Text, and I have the font here, Zapfino, selected. It's a fancy looking font on the Macintosh. You can type the person's name here. The size can be selected from the fonts menu. I have it set to 15 right now. And then this looks good. 1 millimeter extruded means it sticks up by 1 millimeter. I'm going to hit Place. Now I have some 3D text. And notice that it automatically snaps onto whatever surface I want to put it on. I want to put it on the top surface, and that looks about right. And notice it has a box around it. That means it's an object. So I can then later with the mover tool, I can move it around if I need to get a good adjustment where it needs to be. And then I'm just going to click anywhere with the arrow tool to deselect, and that looks pretty good. So one last touch here. I'm going to select the whole thing using the arrow tool by clicking and dragging a box around it, and then I'm going to go up to the Paint Fill tool, and I'm going to choose a color over here. Maraschino looks good, and I'm just going to click it. And there we go. deselect again with the arrow tool, and I'm going to orbit around to see how it looks. That's the finished 3D model. Now, if all this that I just showed you looks really primitive and simple, it is, but do not underestimate this program. Google SketchUp has been used to design, 3D print, and successfully test fire functional handguns, among other things. This program is incredibly powerful. It just happens to be very easy to use, which is exactly why I love it.